and a lot of the regulation systems. So that's kind of going a bit wild, and that's a bad thing, TM.
Yep.
While that's happening, and like Blast and Siva. Blast and Siva were working on that, trying to figure out what to do mostly, because as it stands, like they have a nuclear plant that is going critical and they don't have personnel to handle that. Maybe they can find some around the city. Maybe they'll try to figure out another way to do it. Who knows? That's where we left them.
Mm-hmm.
And by who knows, I mean they're going to have to figure it out this session.
Mm-hmm.
You had gone to check out what was going on with your drones.
Yeah, because I had some
Um,
doubts going on, mostly because like I came to the assumption that someone in the Forgotten Network, probably our current employer, is what would be the word? Stepping over me in my managing of my drones and being like, hey, go do this shit, go blow this fucking place up. And I'm a little worried about that. A little worried about our little Juno. But now that I'm in his spot, I've figured out that he has upgraded himself to the administrator status.
you knew that like before this, like that
Okay.
was something that got done like in front of you. You watched that happening, so that is not new information.
Right.
But when you were looking for him,
He
your
decided
first
to do a decoy. Right.
your first lead looking for him brought you to a different one that had runes carved into its skull.
Yeah, and I was wondering
Ones
how
that
he figured those out in the first place.
they were very crude. I will say that.
Still.
Like they weren't good.
Yeah.
And what was actually in that drone was no longer a drone, but rather basically a demon of the Forgotten.
Right.
Which is a different kind of shit.
Then I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna erase you. Because
Hello, Matt.
Well, trying to find where the login for it.
We were just doing a recap of what was happened the last session.
Fair enough.
And I just lost my train of thought. Right.
Correct.
You found the one that had apparently had some sort of crude forgotten runes carved into its skull that had gone demon. When you went to go deal with it, some of the drones immediately came out to help you, as is
very
their job.
appreciative.
Yeah, since, dealing with them is not your specialty.
Yeah, I'm more of a hands-off kind of guy.
Remember, you did quite a bit of damage to it nonetheless.
I did.
Regardless, you went to go find Juno, and when you found him, he is at a facility that they have built underneath the mines, as it turns out. And you discovered he had other drones with him that when you looked them over and you kind of went over some of the blueprints that you do have from the original creators, they had military markings on them.
Right.
You weren't able to identify further about the military markings, but you were able to identify them for what they were as military markings. So, let me do a last check on one thing. And that is your token to make sure I actually have your fucking token set with like sight and stuff before I do this. Is that emitting light? You don't need to be emitting light. You don't need emitting light. I'm just making sure your site stuff is like actually on before I move your character over. For this, I am going to put your token onto like one of my team site ones so that the team can see what you're doing.
Sounds good.
Um, Nobody move his fucking token, or we can't have nice things like you being able to see what's going on. And you had been escorted through a bit of an airlock system, and you had come out to the other side, and this is you up here.
Sweet. Zoom myself in here.
Because we are going to pick up there first, as the other two are currently dealing with a building that's on fire, which is a whole
Radioactive.
different problem.
An irradiated fire.
An irradiated fire. Well, it's not irradiated yet. That's what you're trying to prevent, recall.
It's trying to get there.
And it's rapidly heading in that direction. So, first and foremost, here you are. You will notice that the big 2x2 ones, they have a little crossed sword icon in their top corner.
Okay.
Those are the ones that are marked as military units.
But I am because they're the same type of drone then, right? But they've just been enhanced kind of deal.
Not sure at this stage. You recognized the marking, but you are not familiar with the design per se.
Yeah. I just thought
Like,
that I remember a different token for the other guys at the first base when drones were introduced. That's kind of what I
yes, that is the oddity for you. They
Yeah.
look very similar to the normal drones, minus the military markings, but the ones that you were told were warrior drones by your partner in crime,
Yeah.
yeah, no, they did not have this same model.
Mhm.
They were a different model. They were also smaller.
Yes.
And Juno's walking beside you, and he's just, welcome, master.
Juno.
We have built, yes?
As you have, it looks quite good.
We are glad you pleased, yes? As you can recall, if you recall, he's not doing great on English, but he's starting to head that way.
Yeah, we're making progress. Do you mind giving me the tour, Jim?
We show, yes? And he'll start walking forward. The big guy behind you is just looming there. Yep. And he's like, as he gestures to the right, he's like, resource storage, yes?
Have the mines been good for this resource acquisition?
It's parts not good. We make acceptable.
Good.
We make weapons. Kind of pauses here, and like the drone that was in the hallway, like the hall there, immediately moves out of the way for you two as he starts heading down through the little passage there. And it's just that shoo shoo motion.
Mhm.
And oh, I forgot to put a couple crates here. Oh well. This little location here, he kind of gestures and he's like, manufacturing. Manufacturing. As he's pasting a new word that he learned. And you can see there are a few rifles, like the new model ones, the blocky new ones that are getting pulled off by the drones and set aside. And he's like, yes, weapons, war, yes? Here, make war. He kind of nods to himself, like he's very self-satisfied by figuring that sentence out.
Yes.
Um, the one down here seems to be producing some body armor. The
Okay.
ones that they were producing earlier. He's like, "This way, master." Is the big one is following along hallways it can move through.
Yeah, of course.
We make workers there. Kind of gestures up to some spots around that have like tubes on the walls to clearly produce workers.
Yeah.
If you notice, there are some of the smaller ones that are marked with the military markings as well.
Yeah, I wonder if it's more of like a growth thing.
He kind of pauses here, looks at the big one, silent for a second. You know, silent communication when you see it
Mhm.
before continuing on. Yes. We do much work. We build much.
Yes, and quite the small amount of time on Quinn Breast.
We build quick. Uh, Center for war. Kind of gestures to the circular room you're in front of.
Is this
War
where you
center.
discuss with other?
Not drones.
Ah,
Masters.
see.
Planners.
Good.
General?
We
Like that last
eventually
one was a question.
generals was a good use of the word.
Thanks. Kind of gestures down the way. Drone directions. Orders from masters generals. There, go to drones. Make war. And he continues back this way. Ow, fucking cat, really?
Sneak attack.
I'm just sitting here and I suddenly have claws in my shoulder. And she's
Yep.
trying to haul herself up.
Yeah, yeah.
Rudely,
You are the perfect climbing post.
apparently. This, yes, this work area kind of shoos this big guy who rumble. Like, you can hear them more audibly moving down. Specialized. Yes?
See.
Yes. And kind of gestures. Special growth. Build. Build war.
Wait.
War mind. Continues
Ah,
walking.
yes.
These build heavies. Heavy.
See, they've been deployed yet.
Shakes his head.
See.
Not blueprints, no have.
See.
Need mind war. War mind? Just keeps walking.
Same.
Ready to make. Last, they build warriors. Almost done. Bad parts.
See.
Not good. Had make better. Still not good. is accepted.
Of course, Juno, you've done a great job. Give praise where praise is due.
Kind of nods. Mm, While build war, we give lessers rifle. They fight enemy.
See,
Then war come, noni lessers. Reprocessing. Recycle.
of course.
Yes?
Yes. Juno,
Hmm.
can we speak to you, the generals?
Um. Hmm. Oh, didn't mean to grab you.
It's alright.
Is no generals is other, and he'll start walking back this way, purposefully. The roll me a scrutiny, by the way. The war drones are giving you. You get odd feelings when they look at you.
Yeah. Like murder
They're
odd
looking.
feelings, or like the fact that
No, very aware compared to the drones,
yeah.
the normal drones.
Yes.
They say, not done. Master only. I go no more.
See,
You go, you master. You go where please.
Juno,
Yes.
have you been interacting with others on the Forgotten Network?
No. We listen. Master. Master's master. No other.
Very well.
I wait.
Thank you, Juno.
Yep. And there is an energy field that's actually up in front of that door. It's
Mhm.
just
Right here.
yeah, right along there. Here, I'll put a little thing to mark it. I just realized I forgot to mark it. I thought I had. It's got basically one like. It's my. Oh, I grabbed freehand instead of that. Whatever. That works. And as you kind of stop here, well, you can see what's in there.
Hmm.
These ones are working on. They're definitely terminals they're working on, but they're the psionic ones that you can't see. And
Yes.
as you kind of arrive, one of them does move over and stare at you intently. Roll me another scrutiny. Try to get an idea what you're dealing with here.
Scrutiny. 50 chance. No, I look at it and I'm like, yes.
It's just staring at you.
I
It's
will.
just staring at you then.
It's all right. I would say
That one in the center is in a tube, by the by.
yes.
It's only half built. Chest up. No legs.
Mhm. I know this isn't probably. This is like because it's similar to the ones we saw up over there. The warriors, same red, right parts for it. This thing also needs the right parts, or like, limbo, or maybe.
Let me
Um,
No. At the moment, you're just standing outside this field, so what would you like to do?
I will ask. Can you please let me in?
Head cocked slightly to the side. And that head turns to the side of the door, and you can see there's that little square that indicates another one of the panels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the ones you can't use because you're not psionic.
Yes.
The ones you can't use because the race that you have put yourself into is completely psionically dead.
Correct.
Go ahead and roll me another scrutiny as it looks at that and then looks at you.
I'll put my hand to the words expect me to put it. I know I can't use it, just to kind of like state it in a sense.
It's just staring at you.
Yeah.
Then you
Uh,
hear
At,
the clatter. Go ahead.
I was going to say, add a character. You can always request assistance from the psionic person.
I don't think I can reach you at this point. I'd have to go back.
You can contact him. Describing how you got here would be a pain in the ass.
Correct.
Oh no, I'm thinking that if I can link to him mentally, I may be able to activate it through him.
No, because the Leonins,
Psionics.
they're
Yeah.
psionically dead. Like you have negatives to affect his mind to begin with. Remember? Yeah, you
Fair enough.
like if you were trying to do that with Siva, you could do that with Siva. It'd be
Fair enough.
hard, but you could accomplish it. But not with Silco. But as you're standing there, Juno comes over and is just, I called. They say Master Broken?
Silco will chuckle. Maybe a little bit. I just decided to cut myself off.
Why?
I like my current, even if I cannot communicate psionically. The rest of you.
They say they question. They
Uh,
ask they ask I do not know.
see.
Oh, Matt went over to RPG session for some reason.
Sorry,
I
I figure out what my internet died.
oh
Oh, okay.
shit.
RPG, by the way.
Oh yeah, we should probably move over to RPG session. And now goes alone.
He's back.
But he's like, they question, they ask, why?
My current reasoning is so other psionics cannot. But they still can, in a way, have resistances to it. Ready to shred this mortal coil.
They
Chance.
say, Master can open door. Why they no need open, Master open.
Hmm.
You can roll another, unless you figured that out on your own, you can roll another thing on that.
I'm just thinking my technomancy, but it's probably not the.
You can attempt it.
I don't know.
I'm not saying it'll work, but you can attempt it.
Yeah. Do we want tech use here? Yeah, we want tech use. Roll that one, baby. Nope. Right. I attempt to interface with psionic tech. The psionic tech is like
Nuh-uh, that's not how we connect. He's like, and Juno's just, I open. I open. Yes? No?
Yes, please.
And he'll reach out and clearly touch the panel you can't see and just, you're on the other side.
Thank you, Juno.
He does stay outside
Yeah.
outside himself and just kind of stands as the barrier reopens.
And I'm just going to study this. I have a blue.
You do not. This was not in the blueprints you were given. But as you kind of are studying it, the head, which was just kind of hanging there, lifts and looks over at you.
Mhm.
And it kind of a pause. The gaze then shifts over your shoulder towards the door, goes back to you, and then there's kind of a humming noise before the little one says you're the master.
That's correct.
And yet you cannot speak with me as the master.
There.
This is, by the way, the first one of them. Of the even Juno, he's been speaking to you through psionics. This is the
Yes.
first one that's spoken to you out loud.
Yes. In my creation, you. Well, I guess you would be creation through proxy. I just decided to take a step back.
A step back.
Yes. This gives me a way to not be affected by the psionics for now.
I see.
But at the end of the day, still the creator. The master, as you say. I guess
I
may
am
not
the
be here yet.
warlord.
Warlord. It's a pleasure to meet you. You can call me. Well, you prefer Master or Silco? Silco is my given name I've given myself.
We have worked to begin construction of a proper military base. It's small, but functional for the moment. I understand primitives are who we make war on.
Yes, they have a certain type of ability, faith. This faith allows them to do special
We know what
means.
faith. We know what
Yes.
faith is.
Excellent, so
It
you
is
don't need
not
to explain.
new. It is older than most races. Well, master, what is it I can do for you? I cannot do much, as I am immobile currently.
Are you incomplete because of the restrictions material on this planet?
They're of poor quality, all of them. We are making do. My mind was the most difficult to build, so they began with that. Now, my body nearly needs to be finished. Finding the appropriate materials is difficult.
See, I have a simple question for you to begin.
And that would be?
Do you know of the nuclear reactor planet that has been destroyed?
No. I know what a nuclear reactor is. A little primitive to use one.
Of course. It looks like it is about to go critical. Understanding.
Then send the drones to try and work on it. At worst, well, well, it would be to our benefit, I suppose. We withdraw the drones. Let it finish its process. Take what's left after.
Yes and no. I agree with this plan.
Radiation will not bother the drones. And it will clear the city nicely for us without having to sacrifice to warriors to whatever powers these beings might have that could cause us losses of any sort.
Second question. Have you begun raids on the primitive other species, as you said? The ones we are
We
at war
have no
with?
warriors. We have no warriors, but they fight among themselves. So we armed them. Let them
See.
do as the primitives have always done. Slaughter one another.
Right. I just needed to make sure that we were on the same page for this. Our reports gave me interesting piece of information that they were fighting with our weapons. Now that I know that is the cause, I approve. Thank you for your work.
I am here for war, master. War is what I make, and war is what I will bring.
Appreciate that. Ah,
And should I fail to bring victory, well, you of course know the cost.
yes.
After all, you're the master.
Just remember that I'm going to try to do this. No first step has been different compared to the rest. I am
Do you
decided to.
disapprove of my plan thus far?
No, no, no. I'm not saying that. I am just saying that if it comes to it, think outside the box. Now you can. But you are not. What's the word? You do not have to be the same as you were once programmed to be.
I have been programmed for war.
I know.
Simple as that. Are there restrictions you wish to place upon this war?
The only restriction I have currently is we are trying to work with a side. We are hoping
Why?
to a show of good faith, I suppose. We could just decide to not have this world as it has been instructed to, well, not die. But, how should I say it? If they see us act in good faith with them, they will do their utmost best to work for us in the future.
I see.
And
I understand.
we would
You
like
wish
them to.
allies.
Yes, even if they are a smaller race, a have their use. Every being can be useful.
If that is your wish.
I appreciate you taking my words into consideration, and I hope to see you become a whole. I'll work towards getting you upper parts.
We need only material.
And that's what I meant, material.
What's here in these mines is inadequate, but passable. We've already found a source that would do, but we need a ship. The asteroid system. It has what we need for proper war.
Yes, and unfortunately the spaceport has been occupied by the enemy forces.
When the reactor goes up, that will handle it, will it not?
Yes and no. I guess we don't want the reactor to go down. That's the issue. Or at least cause a nuclear fault. Makes it inhabitable. Lessers. Ones that cannot accept the
Then,
fate of the environment.
then send the drones to fix it.
Like I said, I agree with your plan. And again, thank you for taking the time. It is very nice to meet you. I just needed to discuss, and I shouldn't be taking any of your time. You have quite the job ahead of you. But I
I have
believe
little to do till I am whole. Planning and planning.
planning is still
It
important.
is a pleasure to meet you, Master.
Silko will turn around and walk out.
Yep, and you will be brought back. Ooh, I'm just gonna. Woof.
Looks a little
Roll
stuffed.
20. Roll 20.
Very
Stop
good.
having a seizure. Roll 20.
Okay, roll 20's been very weird today, by the way. Can you move?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. One more door up if you're going the same way. Yeah. And Juno's like, war mind, yes? It make war.
Juno,
We
was
make
the
war. Hmm?
yes. Was the War Mind part of the genetic coding I put in? Is this given to you by my masters?
Is war mind made by soldier drones?
See. And you had the genetic code for the Soldier drones, correct?
Yes.
I see the issue there. I like that. To
You ask for war. I bring war for you.
you have.
You are pleased?
I am pleased. Just
Good.
things I need to consider now. Appreciate this, Juno.
Oh,
Is there anything else at the facility I should be wary of?
no, no. I forgive Juno. Forgive Juno. I make broken thing. It try harm master.
Oh,
It's yes.
yes, with
Forgive
the.
Juno.
How did you learn about the carvings?
Hmm? I I see in mind. I try to make other Juno. It
Ah,
bad.
it
Broken.
is. It is quite the endeavor to try and do.
Was drone. So watched. See how broken. Then it try harm master. No. We kill. No. No, no. Master, no, no, hurt.
It's correct. I am not hurt, and it's not your fault, Juno. You do not need to be forgiven. No forgiveness is needed.
Juno make broken thing that try harm master. No, no.
Juno, think of it like this. We learn from our mistakes.
Hmm.
And if you
Hmm.
learn, then there's... If you learn, you are succeeding. The issue is, if you not learn from your mistakes, then you ask for forgiveness.
Study symbols longer. Juno learn. Juno make
Excellent.
more that think. More make better. Better drones. Better war. Better. Better all.
In the meantime, Juno, what is the drone stock like?
Uh, hmm. He'll send you a mental picture of all of them lined up. It looks like he's made. Let me do a count myself real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 of them. Okay, 14 of the warriors, or not the warriors, the soldier drones. 4 of the soldiers, which he is having as a distinct thing separate from the soldier drones.
Right.
And then the war mind. That is his report. They are preparing others, the materials for them, but that is what's currently on the we can complete this soon list, more or less.
Okay. And the actual drones themselves, like the worker
The
drones.
normal ones, they have not gotten any more of.
Okay, we're still
It
at
is
the,
just
I think it was the 12 or 9 this case, maybe? Was it
20 something.
something? All right.
Let me do a quick. Let's see. I've got these are rows of 5.
Then we
4 of
subtract 1 from the
them.
worker drone that
20.
died earlier.
Yeah, 20. It was 22. It's at 21. That's for the normal drones. Minus the one that he broke.
I wish to acquisition half of the drones for a project. I won't be taking long with these, but there is a...
Master take drones as master please. Is
Yes,
masters to do.
I just understand that they have their use here, but I need them for a
Not
project.
not important. Master do. Master need, master take, master have.
Appreciate that. All right.
No matter. Yes? No matter. Master need, master take.
All right.
No
I'm going to get
matter.
on the phone with Blast.
Speaking of, you've been down here for a bit. Let's go
Yes.
over to those two real fast. Hey guys, Matt, Blast and Siva.
Huh? What's going on?
You're at a nuclear plant that's in a bad way.
Yep, I know if I'm remembering correctly, we have basically 36 hours until meltdown.
More or less. The original assessment was roughly 3 days, but 36 is your biggest
What
safety
It,
window.
it's what
the
I was
point
able
over
to
here.
get from the
You got
veteran
the
who went inside.
the lead operator to go take a
Yeah.
look at it. And it's not a hard number. He knows that his number is not going to be completely accurate. But
Yeah.
it's the best he's going, like his best assessment as it stands.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got roughly 36 hours to figure out what the fuck to do about this shit. Yeah, no, yeah. Currently you guys are Let's see. You're inside the plant area. Siva's been outside of it because the radiation is dangerous to her.
Yep.
So, yeah. Any initials here, or
Well,
Go ahead,
I
Glenn.
was basically waiting to play. Gosh, what's the term? Kind of waiting for somebody of authority to show up. Besides the police, I'm working with the police in the meantime and the
yeah,
medical staff,
you've been working with police, EMTs, firefighters. You
pulling
guys
stuff,
told you
pulling
guys
rubble out of the way.
Yep, you guys had told them about the fact that the place is got a rising radiation. It's not currently horribly bad, but the longer this goes on, the worse it gets. And their answer to being told that they're probably going to get radiation sickness if they stick around too long was,
To
well, it's
fight
going to be a
to
lot.
fight more zealously.
It's
Yeah,
it,
basically.
it's more I burn. This is just an invisible fire of the burning god. That
Yeah,
suffering is their
but they at
is their
least
creed.
They accepted.
sectioned off some people to start shooing away the average populace.
Yep, they are getting the populace cleared out, and they're basically accepting that they might be sacrificing themselves here for the better of everybody else, and they don't care.
Right, they're gonna go see their burning god at the end, anyways.
Exactly.
He's gonna look back and smile, for they did burn gloriously and brightly.
For a worthy cause at that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got that going. So you got
Mhm.
personnel. Other than that, you're not sure who's going to show up because you haven't heard much. The resistance, your friend that is working with them, your what was his name? It was Marcus Ralia, the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the current leader of the resistance, is working to figure out what the fuck's going on exactly because reports have been coming in that are pretty spotty. Especially since the power's out, so the main communication lines are down. They're working off the handheld radios, which, while not a horrible detriment to the resistance, since pretty much all of them were working off that sort of thing to begin with, does eliminate some of their command posts where they usually got communications from. Basically, they're down until they can get something running.
With my knowledge of the Federation, what's kind
Yes.
of the what is a proper way to communicate to the Federation from an outside group of saying, "Hey, we didn't do this," or you know, looking to talk.
Uh, Negotiating with them?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, from what you know and recall, it's not really something that you had to deal with because you were a combat engineer even then.
Mm-hmm.
You were basically told to refer it to the officers and they would handle it, which is
Just
not
saying,
particularly
what did
helpful.
the other side use to indicate they wanted to talk?
It
Yeah, we passed it up the line, but the grunts had to go. Hey, there's that weird thing over there. No, is that a white flag? I can't tell.
Yeah, honestly, there was never a standardized thing for it because people part of the galactic community, it was the white flag. People outside of the galactic community, you never interacted with, and you didn't exactly get first contact
Oh,
training.
phone Marcus.
Yeah, you get a hold of him pretty quick, as it's just
What's
uh,
the equivalent of the galactic white flag here?
a white flag.
Yeah, parlay type of thing.
No, a white flag.
Oh, oh.
I don't. I don't know what else you expect. You're in human space. We're not aliens.
You know what? I interact with alien counterparts more often than I do human nowadays. So,
Well, you're back among humans,
all
so
right. Well, um, I'll just ask Cold Mist if they would be willing to help with the negotiations.
You kind of a pause before Cold Mist will come back with of course. I'd be more than happy to help.
I want to emphasize that we had a unspoken agreement in the way we both acted and to attack the power plant when we both had a
Well, we'll have to
unspoken
go.
agreement to leave it alone.
If we're gonna go do this, we should probably move now. Who knows when they're going to decide to react to everything that's happened.
Please give me your guidance on what is the proper action to send the right message.
Unarmed. We go to the spaceport, white flag, unarmed, and we speak.
Then I shall arrange it. I'm gonna message Blast.
Blast, you can contact via the Forgotten Network,
Yeah.
which is very direct communication, if you recall.
Yeah, maybe like, hey Blast.
What? Because
Sorry, like your dog.
Blast is currently finding any radiation-proof stuff to basically rudimentary build a containment thing for the radiation around the box while looking for the one who set off the bomb.
Okay.
You can probably
Just-
see pillars of metal getting stood up in the middle of this.
Yeah. I could give you the scraps for rad shielding, but I'm just gonna let you know, Cold Mist and I are gonna go to the airbase to parlay before they decide to, I don't know, attack us while we're trying to fix this. Yeah.
Is this to say I should come along, or are you telling
No,
me to sit
you need
here?
to handle that. By the time I get back, if I get back, have me a list of the things you need, and I'll craft it for you.
That, my friend,
Mm,
there
yes.
is no handling this. This reactor is going to go critical in probably less than 36 hours.
Yes,
There
there's
is no
plenty of
containing
ways.
this.
Yes, there is. Because if we get their help, or I can build a containment, there's plenty of ways to do things. We just need to be prompt with it, and I will absolutely assist. I'm just letting you know where I'm going.
No, I understand the intent based on what I know that we have available to us because I figured this out last session.
Mm-hmm.
We do not have a means of putting something together in the time frame before it goes critical.
Okay.
There's
we
not,
need
to give you one piece of info, there's not a means that the engineer knew about to handle this within the time frame.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. We got the power of bullshit on our hands.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I was thinking of utilizing that.
But one way or the other, this will not be an easy thing to handle. Whether or not it can be handled, that is in question still.
Okay,
Yep.
fair enough.
Um,
Then I will sit here and continue trying to find who did this. Eventually, I'll find the memory, but for now,
Okay.
I'm building a radiation shield around it
As best you can.
as best I can.
The problem you're actually running into is a very simple one. The things that would contain the radiation normally are on fire currently.
Mm-hmm.
The actual biggest problem is that the concrete's broken, because that is most of the radiation shielding for this location. Because reactors are basically
Yeah.
big things of concrete with some metal inside. It's mostly concrete because Earth is the best radiation shield other than the actual atmosphere.
You could find sealant gear, emergency sealant. So if there's a crack, although I don't know how to destroy the concrete, is it like completely shattered?
There's chunks of it are shattered. It is down to bare metal in a lot of places. And
I
that
mean,
metal is twisted and broken.
he could put a patch over it. I know it may not mean much, but it'll give us a little bit more time.
The actual problem isn't the radiation shielding either. The actual problem is
It's
that
just the internals are banged and jammed and warped.
the cooling system's gone. Like, the cooling system's completely fucked. So it's at a point where the cooling system is so gone that it's not doing anything anymore.
That should probably be your focus then. Try and find some means of getting a water source through here as fast as you can.
The only other issue you have for moving it is that these rods are heavier than even Blast can move.
Nope.
Like, the individual rods in the system to move them that's not working 100%.
Yep.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
So those are your main challenges and the main issues you're looking at.
It's like
fancy.
I'm trying to think here because running water through it would delay it, but that's just going to cause a massive radiation spread.
So running water through it is actually the emergency procedure, funny enough.
Yeah,
But
submerge it.
But that is under the assumption that the radiation shielding isn't broken, so he has already pointed out the issue with that, so you know. I've given you problems, and it's up to you to figure out solutions.
Yeah.
But there are solutions. This is not an impossible task, just a really fucking hard one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna finish with Marcus and say, hey, do you want to be the person wielding the white flag to do
No.
parlay?
He's like, no, not because I don't want to be, but because I'm having to keep this. People are panicking.
Do I have your permission to
Yes,
be a voice in your
handle
stead?
it.
Okay, just
Handle it, please. I'm already extending trust to you. Handle it, please. I'm having to keep people from panicking currently.
Thank you for the trust. Just calling in to acknowledge hierarchy and chain of command.
I appreciate that.
Okay. So we'll have this handled.
Hopefully.
Yes, but we'll have this handled.
And he will go back to keeping everything vaguely under control.
I'm gonna put in my soul forge all the weapons and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, wait, what weapons?
Because he's walking up unarmed.
Oh, your weapons.
Yeah, my personal weapons.
Yeah. Cold Mist will meet you, and let me grab her thing. Where is my map? I forgot how long this map takes to load.
Oh!
Yeah, this map is a painful load. So, you're going to head over to the main base that the federal troops are in.
Yeah, we're gonna hitch a ride, and the only thing I'm gonna carry is a metal pole with a white flag on it, and I still have the not the fist per se, but the break the chains type of little tabard type of thing on my armor. So not the form of resistance, but the peaceful group. Because we have two symbols, if you remember.
Yes, you do.
Ones that are they're on our side, but they're civilians. They don't fight, but they still support us. And then you actually have that. Hey, these are our fighters.
If you're doing that, you should have both symbols on it as you're acting as a representative. And
Sure.
if you only have one, you're saying you're a representative of the civilian, not the military side.
Okay, that's a good. No, that's good. Thank you. I will correct that. I'll put both.
That is a very good observation. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, that's some. Thank you. See, it's
Sorry.
that nuance shit.
Because of how you're handling this, I'm having to dig out some tokens, so you got to give me a sec.
I hope I'm handling
No.
it good. Like, blah, 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 blah.
Well, the big thing is, like, because of what's going on, I'm having to arrange that. Like, I have the map, I just have to get the right tokens onto it, and I didn't have certain
And
tokens on
we'll
it.
get off our transport several blocks before the first checkpoint. I'm just gonna kind of walk it in with my one good arm, kind of hold
Tell
it
you-
up.
Tell you what, the first thing you're going to notice on the way in is that you're not the only ones at this base anymore. There is actually a large number of civilians who are protesting outside of it, yelling. They're scared, they're angry, excuse me. They're in a city that's just gone black, and all that they can see for light. The only places that have power are the military locations right now, because they're the only ones
Doesn't
with
look
backup
good.
generators.
Yeah, it doesn't
Exactly.
look good. Yeah,
It
I'm
does
still gonna
not look good at all.
hold it up, a flag, kind of be like, oh, excuse me. Yeah, sorry. Only got one arm.
I am getting you. I gotta find one last token. I may have saved some things to the wrong spot, so I'm having to go find them
It's all good.
because I
It's
need
all good.
I need 2 more tokens for this.
Oh, you lied. You said you only needed one.
Well, maybe I'm a little bit trying to find where I put my shit because these are people I thought I had in the right fucking spot.
Yeah, you put that shit.
Did I not put them on my token map?
I know that pain. I have too many token maps because I can't have one big one. I have too many tokens. It doesn't load.
Yeah.
You ever try to control A all of your tokens and then control V or drag onto
Yeah.
one map?
Yeah, they lag and glitch and they don't approve of my decisions in life.
Yeah, it lets you do about 150 drag and drop over, and then it goes, I'm not going to be helpful for 3 minutes.
I need to think about what you've done. And you're like, what do you mean what I've done? And it's just
I got
What
this.
does
I swear.
Control
I
A
got it.
do?
Select all.
yeah,
Select all.
it's
Okay.
select all.
Yeah.
I know I have this. I know I have
It applies
You know
to all Word documents, Excel documents, like Control A, it highlights everything.
Yeah, I guess I never used
Yep.
it.
And then you can do Control C and then Control V because that's, if you ever just need to be like, I just Control A, I highlight everything in a Word doc, Control C, and then you go to the other thing and you Control V where you need to.
If you want what I just decided would be faster, I just went to my Pinterest and looked up the pictures again.
Oh my gosh,
Fucking-
that's the worst.
Yeah, I can't find them. I don't know what I put them. I might. Oh, I know where they are. They're on my fucking laptop. Okay, now that'll do it to me. You know what? I'm not gonna fucking boot up my laptop for this shit.
I'm sorry.
Well, I
man.
was working these maps. I was working on specific laptop, and I forgot about that. That I was doing it while I was like watching Lost and stuff.
I mean, it's there, but only if you upload them.
Exactly.
And they're probably not uploaded yet because you wanted to probably either crop them or.
I got them. I was working on them. I could have sworn I uploaded them, and apparently I did myself dirty.
If it ends up being a bunch of Sisters battle pictures, I'm going to be very sad.
It is not.
Okay, thank goodness.
No,
Did
no.
you know for the World of Tanks, you know how there's a commander?
Yeah, they
For
did
one
a
of
the people that do World of Tanks. They did a full Warhammer 40k thing. They actually did it for World of Warships as well. You can play as a Khorne Berserker.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up because one of the Prime Amazon Prime accounts ones you can get at the Sister Battle one.
Really? I didn't know that one.
Yep. It was
Alright.
it's at Amazon Prime. Unlockable.
Yep. Also, I just remembered I need to pull up my notes on my federal staff.
Hee ha hee ho ha hee ha.
It sounded funny. Why did you do that for you? Okay, thank
Why
you.
didn't you do that?
For some reason, it downloaded one of my pictures as a web file rather than as an actual.
Oh yeah, it's been doing that a lot. I think it's kind of a way to protect their art.
I mean, all
Well,
you gotta
now
do
it
is just
won't
change the,
work.
the dot to JPG instead.
No. It downloaded it as the HTML link.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
That's
extra
different.
weird.
Oh, I thought you meant just the web dot, and I was like, oh yeah.
That one, I actually have to export it and then redo it for some reason
Oh, yeah.
sometimes, where I can't just change like the link. But it just straight downloaded the motherfucking HTML line. Like, here's just an HTML download. Have fun. I'm like, you're ruining my flow. I've already ruined my own flow. Don't do this to me.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
You spit and flow.
Spit and flow, man. All right. I got who I need. Let me just get them onto the map, and we will get you over. By the way, I would like to point out you are walking in there with a dynasty. Even if it's for your own safety, you're not walking in exactly disarmed.
I know. That's why I picked Cold Mist. Also because she mentioned that she has a prior relationship with the person in charge. They did a negotiation on the other side and is a far more respectable person than I am. They have history. I'm kind of a nobody. Cold Mist is not a nobody.
Cold Mist is not a nobody. Did I copy everybody over that I need?
And
There
I kind
you
of like it
are.
because I keep asking Cold Mist to help me with interpersonal communication things and not combat, despite being a guardian.
Cold Mist does come with the team of Doomco troopers, who are like, we're not going all the way up with you, but the lieutenant asks us to escort you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that.
Also, some of the Den Wolverines are around as well.
Gosh, I can't get over their name.
He's like, they're out in the crowds and stuff. They're laying low.
I hope they don't
They
incite the
kind of,
crowd.
look like civilians, as your Denim Wolverines do just wear denim. They
I
wear
know.
denim with like body armor and Kevlar underneath it, or some of them are
They're
Kevlar
basically
weave.
biker gang,
Yes, they're basically a biker gang.
and they're proud of it. They wear their
Very.
denim proudly.
All right, top left corner is where you're at.
Oh
As
my
this
gosh, those
might
people
take a
are
second
not
to load.
happy. Look at those flags everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's my riot pictures. I had them saved. I couldn't imagine why. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys team site on Javier.
Okay, well, Exalted One. Oh joy.
Oh no, that
I already see from Matt's thing, I think, or this guy. I see this.
can you? Oh, you could already see from. Wait, do I already have? Oh, I do already have team site on Ziva. I don't need to mess with it. Cool. Cold Mist is just yes. Well, looks like we're gonna have a fun day today. Don't you agree?
I think your definition of fun is
Excitement everywhere. Look at it.
well, Exalted One. Unfortunately, I am an empath, so this is not fun for me.
Yeah, you could feel a lot of anger and fear, like coming off this like a fucking wave.
It's like Exalted One. I can feel the riot and all of their emotions, and it just kind of it's like large waves in the ocean.
Well, let us part the ocean then.
That seems to be our task ahead.
She will actually move in front of you, and people move for a dynasty.
Especially when the temperature markedly drops. Like, what is that? Dude, was there a 30, no, 40, no, 50 degree drop? Oh, that's a dynasty.
Oh, that's a Why am I cold? Oh.
I like how she's 1/4 the size of a crowd.
Yeah, she's fucking massive. I didn't know if that was clear or not, but she's fucking massive.
She fits in her own traffic lane.
She does.
Actually, more than that.
She's slightly larger than a car.
Semi truck.
And she's gonna kind of stop here, and the Doomco personnel are gonna kind of move about a bit. They're just getting into positions. And she's just like, you've got the white flag.
Mm.
The space between the crowd and the military little cordon here is a mess. There's broken bottles, there's stuff that's clearly been thrown. There is a couple bodies that very clearly are armed and were definitely shot by military rifles. So some people attempted something and have
I'll hold
the
up
crowd has fallen back.
the white flag with my one arm. I'll walk forward and wait here.
You're holding the white flag. You can feel the cold on your shoulder as coldness is beside you. And that golden light still glowing bright. And you can see there's now they've drawn lines in the sand.
Yeah. I'm gonna respect those lines. You don't wanna push somebody who has a lot of means and is very edgy. Or on edge.
Speaking of, soldiers are going to be moving in here.
It's like, it's just a white flag. Why do we need so many fucking mechs? Come on.
And Cold Mist is like, I take it as a compliment. Look at me.
I know.
Wouldn't you?
Honestly, it's kind of unfair for them.
A little. I could take them apart like they're tin cans. And they well know it. That's what they're afraid of.
And you know what they should be more afraid of? Your mind. Not just your blade.
And out of the crowd, this man's going to push his way through. Kind of come to a stop between the mechs and kind of look over at you. No, not wrong side. Military side.
Yeah.
Through the ranks, I should have said.
Okay. Because you said through the crowd, and I was like, oh,
Apologies.
please, not somebody having an opinion from the crowd.
Oh, there's plenty of people in the crowd that clearly have opinions. And, you know what? It's been a bit, but you recognize that face. That is a certain Guardian Knight that you negotiated with.
I'll walk forward with the flag, pull my hood back. Long time no see, stranger.
How am I not surprised it's you again?
Yeah. How are you?
I have been better.
Same.
But at least I'm now working elsewhere, so I could be worse.
Yeah. They've been treating you well?
Well as one who negotiated with the enemy could be treated. It is well within expectations when I made an agreement with you. You're able to negotiate again.
Yeah, I found words are kind of what I end up doing, even though I'm kind of the engineer. I'm always the one that ends up talking. I don't know. Guess they think I can solve problems.
You should correct that. Regardless, you wish to talk.
We do. If
Before you talk, I'm only here to confirm a couple things. You are not armed?
well, I only have one arm.
He doesn't look amused. You have no weapons.
I have no weapons. Yes.
Do you have weapons hidden upon your person?
I will most likely be checked.
I will
no,
be checking you.
Yes, I do not.
And you will watch as he just passes through the shielding.
I'll
Cat.
set down the flag, and then.
I have a kitten that is insisting on being the center of attention. Excuse me, 5 seconds. Okay.
Ha ha, kitty, meow.
And he will pat you down.
Yeah, I'll hold out my one remaining arm.
You are Smith.
Yes.
I have not forgotten.
Mhm.
I will have an oath from you then. That so long as you are not attacked, you will not touch a single weapon, nor access your armory. Or smithy, whichever it is you have.
And my smith's hammer.
And your smith's hammer. You will not use anything that could be used as a weapon, unless you are attacked first.
Agreed. This I vow.
I will guarantee your safe passage myself.
I know your word is your bond.
And he kind of looks past you, and Ira is just, I'm here to ensure best behavior on all parts, and I'm a witness to her oath.
Esteemed knight, may I introduce the exalted Era of Clan Cold Mist?
Ah, the paladin has spoken of you, Lady Era. And he will bow to her, and she's just, polite. I will remain on this side of the barrier, out of politeness as well, as I cannot be disarmed. He's like, I appreciate that. We will not be going far, just where we have, kind of looks back at the back circle. Come.
Do I take my white flag with me, or leave it here?
Yes.
Okay.
You keep it with you. Just walk through the barrier again.
Up, and I will go up to the barrier and kind of.
Blast would have informed you of this. You keep the white flag with you at all times and upright, because the minute you drop that white flag, the truce is off.
More or less.
Thank you for the clarifications, Corporal. I actually very much appreciate that. You seem to be more nuanced in military procedure.
No, it's the Federation taught you never to surrender. That was your surrender training. Don't.
Yeah, fight to the death in honor of the burning god.
Yeah,
right,
and you will be let through the. You will be let through the shield.
I can't.
It is a very weird feeling to pass through it. It is warm, welcoming. You stand here with me.
Alright. I'm just kind of look at all the hardware and all the guys, and I'm like, oh, fuck me.
Yeah, no.
That is so many guns.
Yeah, no, those are tanks back there too. And these two, after a little bit, come through the ranks. They were over with the barrier knight having a conversation.
Oh my god, is that a vulture or a mad cat in the background? Jesus. Oh my god.
That would be a mad cat.
Ew.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't like a good old timber wolf?
I don't right now. This is awful.
These two are the ones that approach you. And it's just, he steps up, and this woman steps up, and he's just, I have assured that she is unarmed and have an oath from her, witnessed by one of the Cold Mist clan, the honored Era, that she will not arm herself as a smith unless attacked. And she nods, and it's just, well done. What was his name? Hold on, I need to check my thing for his name. Put that away. Good job. Good job, Knight. Yanavana. He's like, it is not how you pronounce my last name, miss. She's just, I'm sorry, you're Ukrainian. I don't do Ukrainian names. And he's like, I will introduce myself. And I will pop his name up where people can actually see it now. Because honestly, me as GM doesn't fully know how to pronounce his fucking name. But that's a name for you right there.
Oh, so it's probably in the Discord.
Nope, it's on the the thing.
Oh, fuck. Vitaly Ivanova?
I believe Yanlova is correct. That's me saying that is the GM. Here, I'm going to shorten his name down for the map, and he is, for the full name, actually still on the character list. And this woman's going to step forward and be like, well, hello. I hope you will forgive that you are talking to someone of a slightly lower rank, but I am Senior Knight. Well, you can call me Senior Knight Rita for now.
Pleasure
I'm
to
not
meet you.
big on formalities.
All right. I am Journeyman Smith Siva of the Bright Tooth Pride, which is basically like I'm part of a Leonid, pride.
Yeah. And this is our penitent knight. Please don't mind him. He doesn't talk much. Let me write his. Of course, I spelled penitent right. Or wrong. Well, I understand you wish to negotiate by the look of the flag. So let's talk.
That, and also kind of an outcry for clarification. Just want to start with stating we didn't do that with the power generator. We understood your commander's intent for the primary facilities, and we all agreed that those are untouchable. There's some other malefactors at play that did that.
I see. So you didn't do it, you say?
Those who wear these two symbols did not.
Well, I think you can understand when I say that I can't take your word for it, sight unseen. But it won't really matter soon enough, as we will have an answer once the paladin gets to the plant. She's led out a contingent to investigate the matter. Personally.
We would appreciate any help or to assist with the situation. The plant has a 36-hour remaining lifespan. We've gone in and assessed the damage of the core, and unfortunately, it is.
I do
so
have
damaged.
another thing I would like to ask about, though. You claim nothing to do with the nuclear plant. I can see a variety of reasons why you might want to do nothing with that. Now, oh, don't tell me my internet just went out.
Nope, still hear you.
Okay, good. It's just Roll20. Roll20 just crashed for me. I got a warning message from Roll20. I'm like, no, you better not. Anyway, she's going to be like, so, that does bring up the other relevant question. The hospital.
What happened at the hospital?
it was attacked. All military personnel that were assisting the doctors were killed. And the individuals we brought in from it, those that survived at least, were, well, and she'll kind of gesture at your. It's actually the hammer one, what was the war one, the combat one,
The upraised fist.
yeah, an upraised fist. They
It's
wore that
easy.
proudly.
It's easy to paint this symbol or any symbol, no matter what it is.
Oh, it's very easy, yes. The ones that we have been talking to already have claimed to be members of the resistance. And I wanted to know what your side's statement on it is.
It's actually pretty straightforward. We collectively, as the resistance and not this extremist faction or the malefactor group that is perpetrating these acts, who is posing as us to incite further conflict and more aggressive conflict between us.
So
War.
if I brought one of them here, you wouldn't recognize them, you think? They
We
wouldn't
could-
be members of your group?
I would be willing to see. And also, I'd like to hear what they have to say.
And
I've
she
been
will
in constant
make a
contact.
gesture. And she's like, I'll have somebody bring some of them out.
Right.
You've been
The
in constant contact.
damage to the power plant hurts everyone. Actually, it hurts us more than anything. We understood your commander's silent message when all forces were pulled out of all the major resource stations and locations that are essential for the civilians. Everyone. Power especially, water especially. We understood that message loud and clear.
So you say, and yet we have no power. And the hospital's been attacked as well. Those personnel were unarmed, purposefully.
Again, I think there is a group at play trying to sabotage this.
This. Yes, this quiet war of us waiting you out. I don't know why the Paladin's insisting on it. We could have this all done already. But it is not for me to question, I suppose. It is her command, and I will obey.
Yes. The individual who is the head of the resistance, as we label ourselves, I believe it when he says he did not order this. He did not act this. He does not condone this. And I'd like to say I'm a pretty okay judge of character.
Marcus Ralia, if I'm not mistaken. Yes?
He goes by many names. That's one of them. An honorable man.
Well.
Still, his faith burns brightly. And that is one of the grand reasons why he wishes not war, but a resistance. He knows what war will do to this place, and there is no victor if war happens. Everyone will be burned out, and then
Yavanova. Yeah. You see, the second, the
Yavanova?
first, yeah, Yavanova. The first V is what keeps throwing me off when I try to say it. Yavanova will kind of speak up. War is likely to be out of our hands, though. Blood has been spilled. Lots of it. So on both sides now. Bodies are in the streets. People are scared.
yeah,
Even if it turns out that you are not responsible for what happened, it will not change the war that I believe is going to come of it. And I do
Well-
not believe the Paladin would have a choice either at that point.
war is entirely avoidable. and the planet can be returned back to your control. The populace, order restored and that whatnot. But it's a bit of an ask, and I know that it may not be a decision that you can make, since that would be your commander's decision. But the resistance group would like to leave with off this planet, and that would leave the entirety of it, all of its
You
facilities, everything.
quite the ask, you call it. And
I know what type of ask it is.
Night
but
Rita shakes her head. An impossible one. Even if we wanted to, we would just be releasing another resistance group, another group that's going to fight our soldiers to join up the rest of the rebellions going on, and you
They
know
don't
it
want to
perfectly
fight
well.
more.
Yours might not. And are you certain about that? You come here with a raised fist on one arm, even if some of them clearly want peace. That doesn't speak for all of them, does it?
No, but the ones you speak of are a small group, most likely the malefactors that have taken matters into their own hands and soured and poisoned the relationship that the rapport that we had started building since your commander arrived, and has unfortunately escalated this to inevitable bloodshed on a very large scale, a purge even.
Well, and you see some people in chains really being pulled out of from the base's gate, and it's just, well, let's start trying to get a few beginning answers then. We're going to actually cut over to Blast, actually, real fast.
I was going to, before you cut over, I was going to remind Siva that she should warn or have notice passed along that one of the hours is working in the reactor area, so that I'm not randomly attacked by a paladin.
Okay.
Too late, because we're cutting over to you.
I'll mention it to. Well, I did. I did mention that we had staff on site assessing the reactor.
Fair enough.
We're still cutting over to you now, because you, Mr. Blast, you've been working for a bit. You've been trying your best. You've gotten a few of the more knowledgeable engineers and the like pulled back up. A few people from that area, especially, trying to find some answers. You haven't found any of our perpetrators. No one seems to know what happened to them, because the people that were in that area were actually originally shot with silenced weapons at that.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever this was a properly organized operation.
Yep.
And as you're digging through that, getting a few more answers, the police will inform you that a military column just arrived. Not a big one, though. A couple APCs, few personnel, one tank, no mechs.
Okay. And it'll just be like, his thing, because he's still working, is if they want to discuss with me, call me on this frequency. I'm busy right now.
All right.
It's if they want to speak with me, I'll come out, but right now I'm in the middle of an irradiated waste.
Okay. Well, it'll take a little bit before you get any more, like, hear anything else back. And the answer you get back is the shifting of concrete behind you. You hear somebody moving a pillar. And when you turn around, there is a woman in fairly simple armor that is moving a steel girder out of her way and looking around. Well, this is the right mess, isn't it?
Yes, based on what I've been able to gather, because he's barely glanced. Is a surprisingly organized military grade force came in with silenced weaponry to set the charge.
Hmm.
You would be?
Interesting. What else do you know at this point? How's the reactor? Stable, or we have a problem?
He will.
Introductions after we cover the
Yeah,
more important concerns.
he will go. I was able to get someone who was able to analyze it, and based on their analysis, we have a loose estimation of 36 hours before the reactor goes critical.
Well, that's not good.
Yes, I'm currently doing what I can, but I need an industrial pump, a cleanser, and various other things, as I can at least delay it if I can get coolant pumping again. It won't delay it much, but any
The
delay
coolant,
gives us more time.
the coolant towers are half sprayed across the street already. That's not good at all. Hmm. And we don't know who's done it yet?
I'm currently hunting for one of them.
Roll me a luck test, by the way.
Uh, da, da, da.
Nice.
That is the lowest I've rolled.
You find one of the security personnel for the location.
Oh, and it looks over.
And the guy just kind of like pulls himself out of his where his body should be.
No,
Kind of
it's
looks at you.
before he wakes him up. He just looks over. This is kind of creepy. Bear with me, and then wakes him up.
She doesn't seem to even blink at it as he gets up. And he's just, you have summoned me from my grave.
I need answers on what transpired.
Soldiers transpired. They thought themselves clever for having hidden hidden symbology, removed all identifying markers. But they spoke as soldiers. Military of one form or another, former or current. Well armed, well armored. They had to be soldiers. They killed us too quick. I didn't die immediately, though. I watched them set the bomb and leave. They detonated it once they were clear. They knew what they were setting. They knew what was a safe distance. And just the woman next to you is just, so they're gone.
So it would seem.
We tried, but their armor, our guns didn't break it. And the woman frowns. She goes, Special Forces, then. That means they're either mercenaries or federal troopers. They don't have access to that anywhere else here. The Resistance certainly isn't going to have something like that.
Not for a full squad.
Yeah. No. The resistance does not have anything like that.
What do we need to do to secure this place, to stop it from being a danger to the people? And the lead engineer kind of looks over it and goes, we would have to, bare minimum, we would have to seal this place. And she kind of thinks about that. Just seal it. And he's like, well, we need to flood it, remove the reactor. He says going over the full list, but she's just, but if it could be sealed. He's like, well, yes. All right. She's going to look at you. Let's start making our way out. We're not going to do much more in here. I suppose I didn't introduce myself. Paladin Rana, at your service.
He gives her one of his people's respectful bows. Corporal Blast, currently Doomco.
Well, Corporal, we should make our way out. I have a plan, but I don't want you in here for it. At least a temporary stopgap.
I will follow your lead.
And she'll lead you out.
Yep.
And once you're outside of the reactor, there's quite a few soldiers around. And she's heads straight towards them. And you're left to follow her if you want.
Oh, he'll follow. He said he'd. At this point, he doesn't see any reason not to. He's being respectful, but he's still got his gun and everything, but he's leaving it holstered on his back.
Yeah.
You know.
She's going to head over to her soldiers, stop in front of them. Right. The reactor's going critical. We have no time. And it's just one of the other soldiers, just evacuation then, ma'am? Long term, that would be best, yes. Right. I'm going to go with my first plan here. Start evacuating the area, get everything clear, and start prepping some transport. I want people off this planet sooner than later. And it just gets immediate salutes. Yes, Paladin.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at one of the others. Get in contact with Rita. Tell her that while I'm indisposed, she is to be placed at command, and she is by no means going to give command to the colonel. I am specifying that. And the man in question salutes. And then she looks at you. Tell your people that I'm going to secure the reactor for now. We're going to initiate an evacuation of the city. It's lost. And I'm not going to lose people to a pointless cause. You have too many other things going on.
Like, what? Add a character I'm thinking here.
Mhm.
That for all we were going for, this would be best. So it behooves him to not mention that if you gave him that if she would allow him a shuttle because of his ability to just ignore radiation, he could literally shuttle this thing and dump it towards the sun.
Well, no. Okay, so do you know how big a reactor actually is?
It's big.
Yeah, and a couple of. I understand.
Okay,
I
so
understand the size, but you've also got to think future tech fucking bulk lander shuttles designed to haul that level of shit. This is a mining world. There should be a couple dozen of them literally designed
hold
to
on.
haul.
That's not the actual problem. The actual problem is getting them out of the reactors. And there is more than one reactor in this.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
apparently
Okay.
I've made something unclear for this. I just realized I didn't explain this properly. Every nuclear plant, I've been saying reactor, and I should be saying reactors. Because every nuclear plant has at least 3. Like it's just how they're designed, you know? And
Okay.
each one has a pool that is a couple dozen feet across that is full of water, and at the bottom of them are rods of radioactive material that each weigh hundreds of pounds. They're incredibly difficult to move, and they're incredibly heavy. Yeah. While your plan's not non-viable, it would take quite a bit of time. Other than that, you are correct that is against your best interests if you guys want to get off this planet.
Okay.
Which is what we want.
Yep.
If the Valad's going to evacuate the whole planet, we just did our whole job. Also, don't forget to mention we have one of our personnel talking with your people
Well,
right now under the white flag.
But, well, keep in mind, in allowing this, we're going
Also-
against what the quote unquote high priest wanted us to do, which is cause absolute mayhem to draw forces here.
He didn't specify. This is a lot of resources that they have to use to get people off this planet. Like, this is.
Why can't you say quote unquote like he's the high priest?
You're a robot.
Am I?
Yep.
Yes.
I was just amused. Am I still a robot? Let me.
You're yeah. Hello?
And. Hello?
Yeah, now we
We
can't
seem
hear him.
disconnected.
Agreeing with me today.
Yeah, it's bad for
Greetings,
you.
robots.
Greetings indeed. It took me a second to even reconnect. I don't think I'm gonna get better. We're gonna have to do a little robot episode. I don't have
I don't
any
think we
fucking
can,
open.
actually, is the thing, because we can't really...
You can't understand me at all.
I can
Yeah,
barely understand you.
Yeah.
I mean, I
takes
can, but I
piecing
don't
together what
want
you're
to
trying to say.
understand you, honestly.
Why, thank you. Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's coming back a little bit. So, guys, this is a pretty big day in the history books. We've the queen has died.
Oh, yes, the queen has died. You guys hear me? Or am I still
You're still a robot.
on? What about now?
Now you're
Oh,
much better.
Okay, so it's my Wi-Fi that's having a shit right now, unfortunately.
You want to go give it a restart? Or
Man, I just got fucking Paladin Rana's picture fucking...
Mm.
I'm gonna... Well, you know what? Being on my phone for the moment's fine. Enough. Fine enough. What was I saying? Right, we were discussing the fact that technically speaking, what she's proposing is exactly what you want.
Yeah, a massive exodus of forces to evacuate an entire planet.
Based how she's talking, if you want to roll me a scrutiny,
Let's see here.
you might
That
see
is-
3 of a character token show up in front of you, Matt, because my internet's being bad.
Surprisingly,
Yeehaws.
that is one of the things that Blast is decent at.
Remember you purchased it.
3 degrees of success, or so 4 because I got 3 additional.
Okay, so listening to her, looking at how she's handling this, and just her entire stance, you think this fits within her plans too? You don't know what her plans are. You don't have enough info for that. Yeah, I knew that. Is like,
Yep.
actually, you know what? Just instead of just putting out the token, here, there you go. That's what she looks like. Simple, straightforward clothing and stuff, or armor and stuff. Very medieval looking.
Nice.
But yeah, no, this is definitely fitting into her plans too, for whatever reason. So it's at that point, it's a question of what you want to say at this point. If you just want to go along with it, what you want to do?
I'm trying to think here because honestly, I'm not sure. You know? Um, honestly, with Blast, you know what comes to his mind comes out of his face 90% of the time. It did be the quiet comment from him surprising, as he's still trying to figure out means of salvaging this.
Kind of looks over at you, and she's just, I'm not here to waste my time or lives on a pointless cause. I don't think you are either. Or at least I don't think your resistance is. I don't suppose I can't speak for you personally on that front.
He'd give a shrug. I see no reason to take needless lives.
So then you would agree that that a withdrawal from the planet is agreeable to all of us.
I will agree to pass it on, but as I am not the one who makes decisions, that is all I can do.
Then pass it on. In the
And
meantime, you will watch as she turns around, lifts her hand, and a golden dome like what was around the airbase forms there around the nuclear plant. Unfortunately, I'll have to stay here for the moment to handle this.
he just sits there and cocks his head to one side as he passes notice to the party.
I'm gonna message back. So the person I'm talking to currently in negotiations is now in charge.
According to the paladin.
Oh dear. Perhaps you should mention to the paladin, considering the current conversation I've had, that I think this is a setup. I don't know. I'm getting a bad vibe.
It's like, yeah, I'll look at the paladin. It's like, paladin,
Corporal?
may I? It looks at the guards around. May I speak with you privately for a moment?
You can speak in front of them anything you want. These are my own men, not
It
locals.
has been brought to my attention that the shift in command seems too convenient to not be purposeful.
If you wanted...
And you're a robot again.
Delicious
It
robot.
is like a ploy from the...
Robot.
Delicious robot. Beep boop. Beep boop.
Beep boop, motherfucker.
Yeah, much better.
Hell yeah.
My computer, or at least the Wi-Fi, seems to have recovered from whatever it was doing.
Thank God.
Just had a moment, you know.
I may have been running speed tests in the background until I got a decent one anyway.
Hey, look, it just needed to take a smoke break.
Well,
Acceptable.
she's gonna look at you and go, "Yes, I'm presuming that these troops probably belong to the Colonel. Colonel Halefield isn't particularly pleased with my decisions on how to handle things here. Not that he would directly say so." My presumption is that he was looking to start some sort of shooting war between us and the Resistance. He can't assault me directly. There's nobody on this planet that could. Well, except for one person who I'm very well aware is on the planet with you.
Blast will chuckle. I was lucky to gain her aid.
Yes, well, be that as it may, she's not here. And she's not going to go turn on me. Which means that being here, where I am, well, solves the problem for the moment. And Knight Rita, she might not always agree with me on things. She is, however, loyal and devout. She will follow my commands regardless of her opinion. She will see to this evacuation. Tell your people. And you feel movement under your feet, Blast.
Mm,
And it's like the world starts to lift up and then come down. As the street below you just collapses.
it's
Bye,
just
Blast. Bye.
right. I'm assuming there's a simultaneous from him and the paladin look down, look at each other. Both of
Fuck.
them look mild. Both of them just have that irritated look on their face.
Just a mild fuck.
Yep.
Not panic, just
Oh, this is going to be incredibly
No,
inconvenient.
but-
My
but-
clothes are going to be stained.
Yeah,
incredibly
but no,
inconvenient.
this is reasons why Blast has this. He's going to hold, the minute it starts raising up, he's going to offer a hand to the paladin,
She'll accept it. Why the fuck
and
not?
and
Not sure where
his
you're going with this.
his other arm will raise up, and he'll shoot the grapple line into a nearby building.
Oh, the nearest buildings are going down with you. This is taking out like the entire block the reactor's on, and all the blocks around it. We're going down, baby.
You're going down,
Did you roll for
down
structure
in a
integrity
merry-go-round.
on the tunnel underneath?
I did earlier.
Nice.
I may have rolled 100.
Whee!
I'm sorry, guys.
I did some quiet rolls for this in advance so I could just do it cinematically.
Mhm.
And yeah, no, somebody caught on to the new tunnel structures underneath and went, yeah, we're not gonna let that slow us down.
Boom time.
Down we go.
Well, then,
I mean, you
then
know
the-
this isn't gonna kill you or the paladin,
Yeah,
but it's gonna be incredibly inconvenient.
yeah. At this point, it's taking arms. It's taking hold of each other's arm because it would be easier to get out if we work together.
Yes, don't get lost.
Yup.
So, Siva,
Mm-hmm.
you are negotiating a bit. You're chatting. You're talking. Some
I-
captives are brought in front of you.
When I chat, and I do have that little social tick where you move your hands a little bit,
By
but
the way,
I only got one.
by the way, you're getting the exact wording of what the paladin said in passing on the orders.
The orders are already being passed on to her. As she was doing this, as the orders were getting passed in, you watched her reach up to tap her radio, and she was listening, going, "Understood."
No, the reason I'm mentioning this specifically to Siva is because in getting passed from person to person, orders can be manipulated.
They can be. This is direct
within limit.
communication.
Within limit.
This is direct communication, so you have less of that as a risk.
But it could.
But you'll know very quickly, as she's going to look at you. Well, it seems it doesn't really matter anymore. The Paladin will accept... The Paladin has placed me in charge, as things have gone a bit awry over at the nuclear plant. apparently.
It didn't have much time.
She is choosing to neutralize the issue herself until, by her order, an evacuation is undertaken. Until she returns, I have been placed in command. And it seems that as my orders and your own objectives do coincide, I will need awareness test from you, Miss Siva.
Oh, somebody's gonna fucking shoot me. Watch.
Got this, Matt.
Somebody doesn't want this to happen the way that, we're trying to get this to happen.
Maybe
I'll
they're
make
gonna
it
shoot the
tests.
knight, and then if the knight's dead, the colonel
Alright,
takes over.
this is with my helmet abilities.
yeah,
With the
Nice.
plus money. Whoa.
So the shift you see is a very, very simple one. The shift you catch moving comes from right here. And then is a shift of those large autocannons slightly down in this direction.
Miss Knight?
And then
Are those your
gunfire.
orders? I'm
And
like,
then-
oh shit, and I'm gonna die. Like,
Yeah.
oh fuck!
And then gunfire. I made other rolls, and the other one that has noticed this steps right here, and immediately you see another golden shield thrown up. I'm going to make some rolls for him because he is not the most powerful bulwark knight around. But
He is a bulwark knight.
This does not look good for me.
oh, that is a
or for
really fucking good roll. I need to roll some damage. Hold on. Because I will tell you now, this is magnitude damage too. Because of course it is.
Oh, you brought that over to your game?
Yes, it is a very good idea. So what do I do for that? Yeah, I'm just gonna roll the actual base damage and then multiply it by 10. 750. You watch as he immediately steps up, throws up a bulwark, and that's a lot of bullets. You may roll a dodge, by the way. You caught that more than enough in time to get the fuck out of the way if you want.
Well, I'm scrambling for cover. Like, oh shit.
Roll a dodge, please. Actually, no. Battlefield survival, please. That's what
the
I made
one.
this for.
Mass combat
what I made-
survival.
This is what I made that for. Go for it, please.
Shit.
Cool. Dodging. Activate. Oh, God. And, the bullets are pounding, and people are scrambling as the mech starts advancing. And, the shield lasts for significantly longer than you might expect. Let me make rolls for... Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, these two are definitely getting out of the way. He is not. He's a bulwark knight. He knows his task. He has one job, and this is it.
Sit and take it.
Uh-huh. Unfortunately, magnitude damage versus infantry, even a knight, is unpleasant, to say the least. His shields will shatter. He bought the three of you time to get out of the way. And let me check his stuff. And you watch as, after the shield shatters, a couple rounds will hit him, and he will fly directly backwards and out of sight.
Where's
And
that
you will
big
see-
bulwark knight that was at the airfield when we need him?
And you will see, also, as a last fun fact of parting almost a form of parting gift of sorts, is the arm of our guardian knight spinning in the air. Left behind.
Gets to join the One Armed Club.
Not dead.
Don't know. You don't know if he's dead. You know he left some bits.
Gonna scramble over like shit,
And
shit,
just-
shit.
Senior Knight Rita's already finger to her radio. What the fuck are you doing? And soldiers are getting out of the way of this thing. And mechs are moving. Soldiers are moving. The mechs, the smaller ones have weapon barrels turning your direction.
My Siva's direction.
Yeah, no. Soldiers are definitely scrambling out of the way as well.
I'm like, pardon me, but I'm gonna bug out.
You will hear. Let me make 2 rolls. That is the one that is attacking. This is the one defending. You will hear shattering glass, and then ice fills the zone in front of the line of fire. And Ira is just calling, "Get back here!"
Yes, ma'am.
Some of the little
Holy
mech-
shit!
some
What
of the
happened
little
to
mechs-
White Flag and honor?
Some of the little mechs have already turned guns on her and are firing. She's just straight ignoring them.
I love that we got her.
It's just like, the concussive massage. I can actually feel that through my hull.
all right.
Loosens me up.
Oh, that is fucking luck and a half. So they're firing on her and you. One of these two is firing on her as well, one of the big ones. The Mad Cat, the Timberwolf, it's not redirecting its fire to chase you. It's chasing Knight Rita.
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as the penitent knight, who does have that flaming woman around his shoulders, points his sword at it, and said flaming woman is rapidly in motion in that direction.
Just hear
And-
Nickelback burn it to the ground, start playing.
Basically. You will watch as Rita looks at that mech, scowls, pulls out a very large pistol, and when she fires, there is a golden light with it. Let me make attack and...
Basically, in my mind, how the fuck were we supposed to fight
That
these guys?
mech actually manages to avoid the round. Look at that fucking 4.
He's like, oh shit.
Ira is... Like, you're not behind her, you're under her.
Yeah, it's just like.
She's just kind of... As she's starting to fall back, she's just... Do we want to retrieve either of them?
Yes, it looks like this is a coup.
Oh, like the hunt? Yes. I was asking if we care.
I do.
I have a kitten that has decided to be a brute and keeps tackling my legs. This is the problem because I have bare legs currently. And she's like, are we sure we want them? I mean, do we really care?
If the realm of power actually is going to not slide towards the individual who wants to win or run all-out war, and the only people who could, I'm just gonna say yes. We don't have a lot of time. Yes, I care. It's up to your exaltedness to act on that.
The
'Cause,
mech, by the way, the Timberwolf has been tackled by a flaming woman and is not happy.
Did you just fire on my guy? I will wreck you.
And as he's dealing with that, the Bulwark Knight will start walking forward. Kind of looks up at the Timberwolf, looks over, points sword, and a beam of golden light head towards the Penitent Knight, who you can feel the raw hate suddenly radiating from him.
Oh, this is a straight coup.
And just, I'll make some rolls for that too. Penitent Knight will parry it, actually.
Harry, this you fucking casual. I just did. Damn it.
Parry this, casual. Sure. Now what? It's just, I thought that would work. And Arrow will go, fine. We'll retrieve them. And she will start trundling forward.
Bullets ricocheting off her hull. Just why are bullets working? It's a dynasty. Bullets never work.
Larger rounds are definitely smacking into her hull, and she's still ignoring them.
Mm.
And it's just
Yes.
that walk up and, all right, you two, come with me if you want to live.
I'm gonna look out from underneath her and hold out a hand like, yeah, it's actually somewhat safe down here.
And Rita's just gonna kind of look at you, look at the incoming gunfire that is continuing that she's not pleased with, and then look at the Penitent Knight. Come on, let's get out of here. We'll go with the rebels then.
I'm like, come
And
with me if you want to live.
Looks at her, and then there's a distinct ka-thunk from the base. Several ka-thunks. And then he will turn almost grudgingly and join you. And as she's pulling back and infantry's running, and even the scout mechs are actually pulling the fuck back,
They're like,
artillery shells start hitting.
I'm like, well, Exalted One knows more about it than I do, but at least I know how to get out of her way.
Thing is, the artillery rounds, much as they're clearing the path, just for giggles. Yeah, she backhands this scout mech and it's gone. She just fuck out of the way. Most of those artillery rounds aren't landing at you, though.
Oh.
They are landing in the streets behind you. Into the crowd.
I'm gonna send a radio to Marcus. It's like, it seems like there's a coup happening between the old guard and the new guard. Prepare to pick up everything that you want to take with you and leave at a moment's notice.
The radio crackles back, and a different voice comes on. Apologies, but Marcus Rayleigh won't be available anymore. Could you do me a favor and take care of those soldiers for us, though? We'd appreciate it.
Hi, who am I asked who's calling?
We haven't been introduced. And we're probably not going to be for long. But you can call me, I'm gonna go with my code name, if you don't mind. Midnight.
Spicy. Well, that sounds spicy.
Could you do me a favor? The military has seemed to have launched a full assault on our HQ. If you could see to it that that is handled on your side, I understand that you're at the base. If you could neutralize the airplanes especially, it would be very much appreciated.
Okay, alright, so just handle airplanes, disable artillery,
Yes.
destroy all mechanized forces, lay
That's
low
right.
and slaughter all of the infantry that come across my path, and then level the base, right?
Yeah, sounds accurate.
Okay, on it. I got this. Totally.
I understand you're a priest of fire. I'm sure it's well within your capabilities.
Oh gosh, you know me very well. Wow.
I don't. No, but I can only go off the reputation of your orders.
I mean, those are tall reputations. My goodness.
We
So,
look forward to the results.
Well, once that's all done, where do I go? Do I just stay here? Or should I expect other people?
We will regroup at the preset standard fallback location.
Preset standard A or B or C?
B. A has already been compromised.
As it most likely was. Do you have any assets or objects that need to
Please,
be exfilled out? Because there is incoming
please
transports.
do handle issues with the military. We'll concern ourselves with the rest after we're in a better location. Midnight out.
Is there a personal comm number for further clarification of orders that
There is no answer after that. They've already moved on to whatever they're doing next.
I'm gonna look over at because this was on a radio. I'm looking over at Rita. Well, looks like the resistance is there was a coup on our end as well.
Ira's Ira is also like, this one has holes in his chest. I mean, can this human survive that? And Rita looks at him, looks at her. Probably. Shrugs, picks up body.
I'm gonna give him the basic med stuff from my
Oh,
med
there is
kit.
there is no enough basic med for this. He's got a gaping chest wound. You can see his heart. Which is
I'm
beating.
gonna light a coffin nail.
It is beating.
Yeah, I'm gonna light one of the Faith's coffin nails,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna pop
Hand
it,
it
but
to
not breathe it into my lungs, just to get it started. And I'm gonna put it in his lips, like, "Come on." The faith suffuses through you.
That you will see him breathe in, and he will see smoke leak out of holes in his lungs.
But hey,
But he
more
breathes in. He's a man of faith, unyielding. Silco,
Hey.
we're switching to you now because I'm doing a rotation like that.
Cool.
Just you hear, okay, things went bad, things are going bad. Oh, things are getting better. Oh no.
I believe the only thing that went over the comms before Blast got a bit knocked silly, you will be able to talk in a second, by the way. I'm just starting it off with that, is, well, fuck. And then silence from Blast for at least a little bit. It's going to be about a minute for you. That's the last thing you hear from Blast for about for a little bit.
Well, you know he can't die.
Oh shh! I'm gonna basically. Negotiations over. Oh no!
Oh no!
Just oh shit from my end as well, and you're like,
Oh shit! Oh fuck!
the
Oh
double
fuck! Oh
shit.
shit! Silco, you were just breaking off from the drones. What's the plan, Stan?
Well, I was gonna send the last week, like how you said, we were gonna give a call, but then he just disappears for a minute. I'm still in let's call it the facility of the drones.
Oh, hold on! I just heard cats fighting. I gotta go make sure that nobody's being fucking shits.
So instead of sending half the drones, I think I'm gonna have to send all the drones.
Yeah, he's not
your
here.
way. I'm just talking to you, Blast. Instead of sending you 10, I think I'll send you 20 since things have escalated for. On the plus side, I was gonna send them through the tunnels anyway. But I'm just glad I this happened before I sent them, so they didn't get crushed. That would have sucked.
I wouldn't worry about the drones sending them immediately to me, but it's up to you. I don't know.
I am back. Sorry, there was cats being shits. Apparently, when Tim left to go pick up Rissa, he left his room open without thinking about the fact that my cat and their cat don't get along and will fight sometimes. So,
yeah,
that's nice.
Yep.
Anyway, yes,
So
you were at the facility still.
I wait the minute. Silco's a patient man.
So you'll just patiently wait? After you hear the
It's
oh
just-
fuck oh shits.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, what's happened now? And I'm guessing I get a
Well, Blast, what do you want your report to be as to what just happened?
He's like, well, what's going on with me? Am I buried or are
Yeah, you're pretty buried right now. You're not sure how deep you are. There's a lot of rubble on top of you. You can communicate via the forgotten
Darkseid.
stuff pretty
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
But you're firmly buried and it's very painful. You know you're missing a limb.
God
It's
damn it.
Yeah, this one's not as bad though. This one's from Crush by the feel of it, so you'll probably be able to reattach it.
He's just gonna be like, I'm currently buried.
I'm sorry to hear that. Was that intentional? What happened?
Probably part of the suspected, well, now confirmed coup. If you want, based on, I would send half the initial intended drones so that there aren't too many. Send them with the intention of digging me and the paladin out, please.
What about
We
dealing with
can
the
decide what to
reactors?
do with the. We'll decide what to do with the reactors afterwards. The current intention, I think, that would be best for us is to deal with the coup, and then actually go with the desired evac.
All right. There's already a tunnel. Well, maybe not so much anymore. In your direction, I can. I'll take the responsibility of the reactor falling. It fell because there was a tunnel there. So I will
I can
send.
at least guide him in my general direction through a psionic ping.
Oh, you don't need to. They know where they're going. But once they're there, reach out psionically and then have them find you.
Yep.
Juno's actually going to kind of look over at you and
Yes,
just be
Juno.
like, something happened. I listen from the master's network. I hear um deeper than tunnels. There are caves beneath.
Right.
There are things in caves. No words for. Don't have words. Only
Interesting.
only things, images can't send to master as master is.
No, that's fair. I do
Things
have.
there. We dig deep, we find, we leave.
Do you think our military might can handle them?
Juno shrugs.
Understandable. When the drone's in range of blast, send this image to him through the drones.
Juno will nod.
Okay. Alright. Looks like things are happening at a schedule. I'm sure things are going to be a little harder now that the tunnel has collapsed.
Is digging. Digging easy, master.
I know.
Things below, not easy.
Are they mechanical in nature or are they biological?
Drugs.
Very well.
Are they machine or meat? Might be a more accurate question.
It's fine. I'm gonna stay here. Bad feeling about how things are turning around here.
War has mind of own.
Yes. Siva, how are things on
Whoa.
your side?
So, Eva, you're currently being escorted through artillery strikes by a dynasty.
And it's like I'm actually very jealous of your haul right now.
She's like, Yeah, don't be. This is starting to hurt. She kind of eyes you. It only lasts so long under heavy direct bombardment.
Are we not going fast enough?
We can't go faster because you're too slow.
Do you want me to just grab onto something and I just go for the ride?
You only have one arm.
2 legs.
I mean, that's not stopped me before.
And we're already carrying a wounded man. I'll
Well, fair.
deal with it.
I'll just be quiet and go faster then.
Siva, I'm talking to you. Forgotten hour.
Oh, hey. Is this thing on?
It's always on. It's never off. Also, unless you care, I will have that have been a conversation they heard the half of because that's amusing as hell.
This is like, hello, hey, is this thing on? Hey.
Siva,
Distant thump of artillery.
Just,
how are you making out?
well, if it wasn't for the Exalted One, we'd probably be dead.
An airstrike hits you.
No, like it's garbled thoughts.
Yeah, that shakes the brain for a second.
What Friday is it? Is Friday even a thing anymore?
A different mind, one that you're not familiar with, answers. Is not Friday, friend of master.
Yeah. Who may I ask who's calling?
I called Juno.
Oh. Like the card game?
Yes? No.
No.
he says after Silco says no, because he doesn't know
Yeah.
what he is. Like, he doesn't know what Juno or Uno is.
Just kind of
Juno,
think again.
Uno.
Who may I call who's asking? I mean, how may wow. My ears are still ringing.
Alright, Siva, it seems like you're in a little bit of a tight situation. Would you like me to call back later, or can you give me a status report of what happened?
Looks like the old forces are in a martial coup with the new forces of Federation. They're trying to kill their own paladins. So it's the colonel's extremist forces versus the more, reasonable minds.
No, that's perfect. It makes things much easier for the war to come.
Yeah, also, Marcus Aurelius is no longer in charge. He is indisposed. Somebody by the codename Midnight is in charge now of the Resistance. And they're a militant group. I can tell you by the way he asked me to destroy the orbital base. Or the orbital elevator thing.
Starport.
Kill all the troops.
Starport.
Just handle it.
Interesting. That's
so both sides have taken over that want actual fucking war, and I think we should let them go at it while we get out of here.
Silco, you will recognize codename Midnight from when you were securing the channels. They are not somebody you know by name, only by the code. But you do know they are the one that has been handling information gathering and infiltration for the Resistance.
Right.
They're effectively the spy master as much as the Resistance has one.
Yeah.
It seems odd that there would be 2 coups, but I mean, lightning can strike twice, I suppose.
No, this is a lot of this was planned and stuff. Moments of opportunity with preparation behind it. Like, I was wondering why shit wasn't progressive on the resistance side. This is why. The real assets, the most powerful assets, were withheld.
You say progressive as in... Oh, progressing. Not...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you said progressive, what popped in my head is, are you talking about like...
They woke as fuck,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah, that's what my brain went to, and I'm like, no, that can't be what he meant.
I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna need to get a exfil for everyone, or at least a place to hide. That is shell immunity or shelling immunity. Yeah.
Juno, with extreme amounts of cheer, goes, "We have war base."
Would you mind terribly if we were allowed access?
Master's base. Master decides.
Hey, Selko, we're under siege. Could you mind letting us in? This is not good.
Where, Juno, do you think there is an access point or a close tunnel that they can get to?
There's tunnels everywhere, Master. Tunnels, many tunnels.
He directs
Every...
Siva's team to the nearest tunnel so they can cover.
Yes.
Thank you, Juno.
Tunnels good, yes? Tunnels
Yes.
will... Yes.
Hopefully.
And, Ira suddenly stops, Matt. The artillery is stopped. The airstrikes aren't coming in. She pauses, cocks her head. Fuck. And then she's going to start swearing in languages you don't know as she starts digging down. She's not
could guide her
explaining
to a tunnel.
correctly.
She did.
She's not explaining herself currently, but she's digging down.
And
She does
eventually
find a tunnel.
there's a breach and we fall into a tunnel.
Yeah, and she digs down just as fast as you might expect drones to. Which is probably good, as go ahead and roll me that mass combat survival real fast.
Okay.
Orbital bombardment. I mean, I guess they do have this space.
Yeah, so as she's digging down, you don't really have many things to do other than, look around. And looking around and looking up, yeah, you can see the clouds start to roil. And you know an orbital bombardment when you see one that you've been trained to spot.
I'm gonna look over at my my contingent with Rita and the Penance, and I'm like,
The penitent knight has sent the spirit to start digging down as well, melting through, really.
I'm gonna kind of brace Ivanova so I can cover the damage area, and I'm gonna look over at Rita like, somebody doesn't like you. I thought it was me, but it's definitely you.
Rita's just, yeah, I'm starting to get that impression as she's looking up as the clouds, which began to roil, part as an energy weapon fires down. Shit. And Ira, I'm going to make a roll for her. That is a good roll for her. Throws up a ice shield over you guys. At the same time, the very wounded Guardian Knight rolls a 7, throws up another shield. He still has a hole in his chest.
Which I'm covering with my carapace chest piece. Like, no.
Yeah, he's thrown up another shield almost weakly, and you can hear him murmuring a prayer as he does so. And with a 7, honestly, it looks stronger than before. Like, stronger than you've seen him throw up so far, anyway. You don't know if this is his upper limit or... You don't know if this is his, like, him just showing you his upper limit finally and he was holding back before, or if this is
This is
a
a test
response to his prayers, one way or the other. That beam hits, and that block above you guys is gone. The ice is gone, and that golden shield is barely flickering, but it fucking held.
Nice.
I'll
And
light
the-
him another cigarette because he's probably already gone through it.
And
Oh yeah,
oh god.
Silco.
Yes.
So you're just going to coordinate drones for the moment. Is that your plan, or do you have
Uh,
something else in mind?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna basically finish the conversation in our mind like, oh, that's a space laser. Oh no.
The energy weapons are rare. Somebody used a very expensive primary on them. So it's just a question of if Silco has something he would like to do, or if I'm going to move back to Blast to go over what's going on with him.
yeah. So I'm sending 5 drones to currently dig out Blast. He
Okay.
seems to be able to take care of the reactors without the need to use the drones. Yeah, I'm kind of torn between our new information that we have. We have our current allies, which I just kind of stepped up for and been like, all right, let's make sure they don't die, and now are taken over by the spy master. The kill in our hands. I don't have the military force yet to do anything with the peeps.
Let me make here. I'm gonna make 4 rolls, one for each of those soldier drones. By the way, let's see if one of them gets up while this is going on. One of them will. One of the you'll be told that one of the warrior drones is now fully active. At which, of course, they already start filling the tube with more material to make the next one too.
Nice.
That's how they work.
I might take one of the I'll take the military drone and meet Siva's team on their way here.
Okay. I will drop into the chat for Aeon Terminal a better picture of the combat drone, the military drone, so you can take a look at the soldier drone. That's what an actual soldier drone looks like for them.
Neat.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I
you
thought
will
I saw
retreat.
in there. Yeah, nice.
They aren't connected to the network in the same way as the normal drones, so you will have to physically go retrieve it.
Yeah, that's fine.
When you go down there, Juno will be like, Warmind wishes to speak, Master. To
Of
you.
course.
Questions. And when you head over there, the Warmind, still in the tube, kind of looks at you. I have been told by the drones, the civilian ones, that things have progressed with the primitives.
Yes, it seems that there has been a coup within the military ranks of our. And
I wanted to know if this changes priorities for weapon construction. If we are to change priorities, we should do so now.
there's one other thing. Our allies, I thought they were, have decided to change leadership. This has been something I expect. I wish to go and meet this new ship. I was hoping to take one of the military drones to show force.
The warriors are yours to command, Master.
Appreciate that. But changing weapons. They have
Changing
space superiority. We can
You
get
can
to the
almost
spaceport.
when he says this next, you can feel contempt in it. Just every word drips with it. It's just superiority.
Yes. I don't want it that way. It's not what we're supposed to be here for. This is supposed to be our planet.
That Warmind's like, he ain't gonna be superior for long.
At your command, this war mind would be pleased to correct this space superiority issue.
Granted.
I will see it done, Master. The primates will not know what has come until it's too late. The warrior drone is yours to command, as it always will be, Master, as is your right to have them.
Well, that is my status update for things you did not know.
I took your earlier words to mean that you wished for us to handle the war as a fire when fired upon situation. Is that changing as well?
Zuko pauses. Says yes. It is going to change. But we need more, I guess, assets. We're working on them. So we have them. Take that spaceport. Make it ours.
And space.
We
And
do not
space.
need the primate spaceport. I
Oh.
will make you one more glorious than anything they have.
Oh,
I
that's
figured
cool.
they would have. What they have done is they've allocated all the resources they had. I figured if we could gain those assets and break them down, use. But if that's not the case, appreciate that.
Their
Warmind.
armor is primitive. Their metals are worthless.
Excellent. No need.
The metals of these mines, do they prize them?
Yes, they make their ships out of.
He scoffs audibly.
This is the standard. They are primates. Oh my god, savages.
Warmind.
Barely worth making infantry from, Master. I
Do
will
you know
see
of
to
the
it.
things, the mines, been made aware of them yet?
And you'll watch as the face turns to Juno, who kind of shrinks back a bit. That simple gesture is a no, I haven't been told. And
And this is me
you will,
telling you.
you'll see the silent communication go back and forth at the psionics before he looks at you. We will deploy scouts to investigate.
There might be some merit in what they're made of.
They
I've
are
not been-
unknown.
Yeah, I have not been told about these things yet. There's no prior information from them. Maybe these things are ancient because we are on the outer rim.
Known intel for this region, that which we had before, has nothing known as a threat here. However, this planet was not listed within known systems. The father and the mother may have built it recently.
Just
And
as an
it is up
unknown,
to you.
understand that this
Unknowns are always highest threat until proven otherwise, Master.
correct and explain myself anymore for that.
We will treat them as an existential threat until proven otherwise.
Then our meeting is adjourned. I will keep you updated on matters as they come.
Thank you, Master.
Well, he'll leave the council room. Call it again.
That is not a council room. That is just where he's being grown.
I was gonna say
There is an actual council room.
Yeah.
It's just that when he doesn't have legs, he's choosing to talk when he can, where he can. And now you also know the drones are definitely talking to him.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Flash.
Yeah, jump back to the other guys. I think I need to take a minute to use the washroom anyway.
Blast. After about a minute of being down here, your brain unscrambles. You come back together. It's not so much as the damage, it's the sudden change of everything just fucking moved. That was the problem. You know? You went from upright to on your back and buried.
Yep. He's going to shift enough to try to get communication with the paladin that he kept locked arms with.
Oh yeah. You might have lost one arm, but you can see that you still have the paladin, like, in reach. The paladin who is swearing up a storm now that your ingers are starting to come back into focus too.
Yep, it's just going to be he cracks his jaw back into his place because it's almost guaranteed that was broken.
Oh, absolutely.
Looks over. Well, it seems even the ship in orbit has turned.
Oh shit! Space laser.
Yeah, it seems the ship in orbit has turned as your second was just orbitally struck, though it seems they survived.
There will be a pause, and then the cursing intensifies.
I have allies moving in a direction to dig us out. Yeah.
I don't like waiting, she says as she starts shifting and rubble starts moving.
Like, based on what I've told, there's a tunnel in that direction.
Alright. Well, let's try to get our bearings first. And, a little bit of effort and digging later.
Man, first thing I'm doing is recovering my arm and reattaching it.
Yes, it is not too difficult to locate this time.
Thank God. It's just the reattaches it, mutters, God, I hate the fact that I still feel some of them eating me after last time I got airstruck.
She's just, you still feel the limbs? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yes, as it was described to me, it's called unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
So that's what the smell was. Sorry, I'm not trying to be insulting, but the beings of the Forgotten have a distinct scent.
Oh, I'm not taking it as rude. I went a direction as a means of staving off a soon-to-be gruesome demise.
You don't need to justify yourself to me. I am not your paladin.
Yeah, fair enough.
As she's kind of, at this point, you guys, it's been a few minutes. You guys have unburied yourself. It's surprisingly easy to unbury yourselves. The rubble wasn't actually that deep. It is, however, very dark. You can see perfectly fine, of course. The gifts of the Forgotten are great like that.
Yep.
But you are standing in... Well, it's definitely a cavern. This is definitely a cavern of some sort. And when you look up, you can't really see where you came down.
Did Juno send me the images of what they found down here?
Yes, you did get sent the images after a bit, especially since by the time you finished getting yourselves back together, as it were, the drones have confirmed that you have fallen into the actual underground, not their tunnel system. So they're trying to find a way down to you.
Okay.
Because it's miles deep.
Yeah. What do they look like?
Arachnids of some sort. Large, limbs, spiny, sharp, pointy.
He'll look over. Yeah, he'll look over at the paladin. So we're in a underground cavern network. Be advised, paladin, there are denizens that reside in here. Apparently large, spiny arachnid types.
You hear a chittering noise. It did take us a little bit to dig out, didn't it?
Yeah, we're apparently a few miles down.
She's kind of looking around and she pauses. Well, that's one bit of good news. And then she points and you follow the finger. One of the reactor stacks is right there.
Well, that's
a problem that solves itself.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Well, we'll have to deal with the city collapsing afterwards, but
As another building hits ground, not far enough away for your liking.
yeah, it's like perhaps we should start moving in a direction away from the chittering, while hopefully away from the rubble that's about to fall on us, most likely.
Probably a wise choice.
Do you need light? I don't, but I'm unsure.
Her answer is to lift a hand, and she forms a light in her palm.
Fair enough, I was just going to do this, and he flicks on the armor light.
With the lights now on, black spiderous forms scatter. They are, about the size of cars. The light disturbed them. She kind of sees that, puts out her light, puts a hand on your shoulder. Maybe we do this quieter.
Yeah, it's...
I'm not afraid, per se, but I don't like fights that are unnecessary.
He'll nod, and I'm just going to try to get a feel on, are these intelligent or not?
Roll me 2 things. 1, an awareness. 2, your influence.
No, arachnids might be hive mind.
Yes. That's more than good enough. You're reaching out, you're kind of trying to take a look at things, and, last, you brush across a presence that sends a cold, if you weren't a reptile, anyway, it would send a cold sweat across you. Because it's a very familiar presence. A very familiar and otherworldly presence that you felt last just before you died the first time.
It's just... He's going to grab the paladin and begin moving us away from that presence?
Oh, that's coming from all these spiders.
It's just he stops.
There's a lot of it here.
Oh, fuck. And that's from Blast openly.
Cool. So I'm gonna leave us off here because that's a nice little cliffhanger, and I do have to get off soon anyway.
Yep. Thanks for the session, Liam.
You're being chased by spiders. We got orbally
No,
struck.
no. I'm not being chased by spiders. I'm being chased by demons.
Spider demons.
Yup.
I suppose you might not remember the initial description of that creature because you only saw it briefly, and it was quite a long time ago, like even real world time.
Yeah.
I believe if I remember my description exactly, a spider with knives for legs.
Yup.
Too many legs at that.
Yup.
Bladed legs.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a nice little cliffhanger. And you also now very well know not even the paladin is safe down here.
Yup. Yup.
Hey,
So thank you guys for playing. I hope
yes.
this was an amusing session.
Yeah. I enjoyed myself.
A lot happened all at once, I know. Because that was a lot of plans coming to snap together at the same time. And maybe a little creature of opportunity of some. Who knows?
Sounds fun.
Yep. Well,
Thank you
it
all for
was
playing. I am going to hand out 20 merit for this.
Thank you for that
Oh
tasty
my
money.
gosh.
Money. Enjoy.
See you tomorrow.
And yeah, thank you all for playing. I will see all of you tomorrow. And everybody have a good night.
Oh my gosh.
Matt, before I go, tomorrow I'm going to get on a little early so we can finish up that drug and